I'm Michael.
My name is Truth.
And this is the Understood for Show. Welcome to Sync Soul Studios. We meet right here every single moon day. That's Monday. What time we meet, baby?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, and wherever else you at, look it up because we need to see y'all here every single Monday.
Yeah.
Today, we have the pleasure of sitting with our sister, our family, Miss Ashley, with 3
Hey.
Hey. Thank you for being here, girl. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. How are y'all?
Good. Same, kind of in the same boat.
Kind of just rolling out of bed.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a long
week.
2 weeks.
And you know too, Ashley, because you've been kind of involved in it as well. It's boot camp week. So, you know, we've been having our classes and all of that. How have you been balancing that with everything else that you have going on? I know you've been on some of the calls.
I have, well, after I get off the phone, I'll be hungry. So then I sleep like half the day. And I'm like, my sleep schedule is all messed up. But it's been fine, I guess. I gotta motivate myself to make sure I get up even on those days where I'm, resting in the bed. But I have days where I want to sleep in, and then other days I'm like, okay, get up, be active, do something. So
kind of making it work,
Yeah.
I feel you. Has it been a shift at all, like since the quarantine, or have you kind of been business as usual?
Kind of. I feel like when we first got on quarantine, it was like, I felt like that was my vacation, and I was really happy about that because, like, I work in retail. So, and I realized that I never take vacations, like, after, like, holidays, Black Friday, New Year's, all that stuff. Like, I never take off. And so when this happened, and they was like, oh, y'all off. I'm like, oh. So I slept a lot. I rested, and I really just used the time to, like, just connect with my friends and family. Like, on all of these apps, I have really, like, reconnected with people. And so I think now that it's been like over a month, now I'm kind of like, okay, get a schedule, a schedule together. I have days where I just want to sleep, and then I'm in my head too much about stuff, and I'm like, all right, figure out something to do, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, that's the part about the quarantine I'm trying to get used to. But that is the good part, that you can connect. I've definitely had a lot more like Zoom calls and like conversations with folks who I don't ever talk to. So, that's definitely, we got to look, I think, for some of the positivity in it all.
Yeah. I think I've experienced time, like being able to really have the freedom of your time to create, to focus, to, kind of shut. Like, if the rest of the world shut down, that was great because I like kind of being alone a lot, right? So it works for me because it allows me that opportunity, that space. So this has been pretty life-changing, like, far as the time that's been allotted to us for us, it's definitely been life-changing. Everything, whenever the world does open back up, I don't think we going back in the same way we went out. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. I guess I gotta pop it off with the generic question of like, the people want to know, how'd you get started? Like, what's your background?
I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Midwest.
Milwaukee in the house.
I have been like singing in my room, like, as a child since I was like 9 or so. I knew when I was like 9, I think, that I wanted to be a singer, but I was like scared my whole life to sing. I was dancing in my room, watching music videos, all of that stuff. We had, school plays and stuff like that where you had to do a little singing and dancing. That was about it. Wasn't until like the end of high school where I finally started like dancing in front of people. I was at a house party and my best friend didn't even know I could dance the way I could dance. So then after high school, got to college, dancing was really like my focus there. And then everybody knew me as like the dancer. That was when I got into an organization in Tifu Cultural Ensemble. I went to University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and dancing was big there, and I got to choreograph. I got to learn from other people. I minored in dance. And then after that, after graduation, came back to Milwaukee, and I was teaching dance, and then I got into singing in public finally. So I really.
And this was at what age? How old were you at this point?
Girl, what was I, 24?
Wow, that's dope.
Somewhere, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
long story short, I went to an X Factor audition. Do you remember? I was like the very first season. They had it. Me and my friends went, and I made it to the second round. I had to stay there by myself, and I did make it. And so I was in a taxi cab on the way back home, and I was crying. I'm like, "You gonna post a video? You gonna post a video?" And that's what happened. Like I posted a couple snippets of me on YouTube, singing some songs, and I put it on Facebook, and like people were showing me a lot of love. And so like that was big for me, because like I said, I was always scared to sing in front of people. I was in gospel choir in college, but like, and I had a solo, but like I sang it and I got right back in the choir, like, all right, it's over. But I was so like scared to do anything. And my manager at the time, I'd already known him, and he reached out after he saw the video and was like, you know, you ever thought about a singing career? And I'm like, all the time. Like, and so he put me in a group. It was 3 of us named Ashley.
What?
That lasted for 6 months. They left. I kept my name. I said, I'm still the triple threat. So I kept the 3 Ys.
Wow. So is that where that came from? Because it was 3 of y'all? I love that. I never knew this story. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Like we were trying to figure out names at the time, and I'm like, let's just use Ashley, because, you know, all of us spell our names the same way. And then we all like have a lot of different strengths. So like we're all a triple threat in our own right. So and at that time, we put out music and stuff, but we didn't have any visuals. We just had the name Ashley. And so I guess when you heard the music, you didn't really know who was singing and, you know, what we looked like yet. So it's like, oh, let's see, you know, what this does. And so after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep my name because it still fits.
Wow. What was that experience like, being in a girl group? I can't even.
It was fun. I felt like at the time I needed that, because again, I've been so scared my whole life to do stuff. And I think that when he asked me, I was open to it, because it was like, well, here's somebody who is interested in like sees talent, and, you know, in me, and interested in like helping me, you know, sing and just make music and stuff I've never done before. And so I think it was easier to be with other ladies, because it's like all of us had the same dream, and then like we were able to again play off of our strengths, know our weaknesses, but then like wherever you were weak at, somebody else was good at, so we were able to like learn from each other. And I will say one thing I learned was the importance of communication. No matter what relationship, like is, you know, work relationships, personal, family, whatever it is, you got to communicate and say what's on your mind and stuff. So overall, it was fun, a great learning experience.
Yeah.
But I always said I was gonna be a solo artist one day. I just didn't think it would happen that fast.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes you need, I think, that push, you know, to get you out there, get you out your comfort zone. So kudos to you, girl. You shining now. You definitely are. Yeah.
Thank you. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's from Milwaukee, so I know you like to always kind of ask, you know, about hometown.
Like, let me see. Milwaukee. I knew a Ray Cash was, I believe Ray Cash was from Milwaukee, right?
You know Ray Cash, Ashley? Ray Cash.
Ray Cash? No. Okay. So, all right. No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm a rapper.
So are there any musical influences you feel like came from your hometown, or is there like a musical community, or?
No, that's the thing. Like, I had like my own influences growing up in the music that I listened to. And then when I felt like when I went off to college and then came back and started singing, I like had no idea like about like who was singing and who was rapping in my hometown. Like it was just, okay, my manager, he had us like writing stuff right away and just had us being proactive with everything. So we got like, even when we would go to the studio, I didn't realize the person who was our engineer was actually one of like the dopest lyricists like in Milwaukee. His name is Sherrod Slums, aka Pistol. But yeah, I didn't realize like who was around me until like I left, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, because I think with me like 2 years later, I ended up coming to Atlanta. But so no, I was kind of out of the loop because I was away at college, and like I said, when I came back, I was gone. So it wasn't a priority for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like in the music community like that
at the time. Yeah. I definitely felt like I had to leave my hometown too, just to like really get away and for people to like appreciate me. I felt like when I was there, I was kind of slept on. But like now that they see me here, they're like, oh, she's from Atlanta. I mean, she's from Nashville. So, you know, it's it's interesting how that goes. But, you know,
yeah.
I think I was once told by, because I have like those similar frustrations, right? And I was once told by a producer, well, like he's kind of well known, right? And he just said to focus on like where you are, because like unfortunately, like I know my hometown isn't necessarily like an influencer or it's like culturally, but it is definitely an influencer of a place, especially a hip hop artist. You have to come through. You know what I'm saying? It's on the Chitlin circuit, so you got to come through like those backwoods and all. But the sad part about it is that, you know, sometimes the support doesn't come until everyone else supports. And it's like, then they feel like they kind of, you know, then it's like,
we jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, it's like someone else telling them to believe in you before. And it's like, damn, I have your DNA. You know what I mean? So why would you want to believe in your own DNA?
Yeah.
So that's pretty.
Dope. Okay, I think this will be a good time because you kind of, you know, you talk to people a little bit about you, your background. So we all are itching to hear a little bit of Ashley. So you had a song that just recently was released. It was on your birthday, right? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it.
I released it on my birthday, January 10th. Yeah. It has been 6 years since I've released anything. Okay. And it's like, it's time, girl.
Yeah.
But Keep Dreaming, I wrote some years ago, y'all. And then went back and did a rewrite with somebody, with T.I.L.A. Ticker. Kevin actually hooked us up. And it was funny. It was funny because me and T.I.L.A. already knew each other. So when Kevin was like, I got somebody I want you to, you know, do the rewrite with. And I was like, I know her, Kevin. So it was cool. Yeah, so this is pretty much for me, like my reintroduction back into like making music and letting people hear what I've been doing. So I thought it was just the perfect song.
Yes. All right. Let's hear it. Let's listen to Keep Dreaming. Here we go.
Dreaming about the money, babe, the money, babe. Got too many bills to pay, bills to pay. There ain't no room, babe, for you, baby. Oh, you ain't know. It's all about dreaming about the money, babe, the money, babe. Living on the hills, yeah. But there's no room, babe, for you, baby. Oh, you ain't know. It's all about me. No friends, no kin. All I see is the paper, the pen, and my dreams. It's so clear, nothing is cloudy.
Hey! I love that song. Actually, I really like it.
That was all.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting it because I had only heard like maybe one or two of your songs, and they're all dope. Like, but when I heard it and it came on, I was just like, yeah, this is it. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Make you want to wake up and go get some money.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. Yes, so, get some money.
Yeah, make you want to wake up, go get some money.
Love it. And I feel like that is kind of like a perfect segue into the Lyrical Inquisition. Okay. Because you definitely had like some super powerful lyrics in there. And so, I mean, it's just real. Like, it's like a lot of times, you know, when you focus, like, it just is what it is. So I want to definitely, you know, dig into that song just a little bit more. Okay. You ready? All right, so before we do that, let's just explain to our audience about the Lyrical Inquisition. So you want to tell them about it? Like, how does it go?
Yeah.
Take a picture when you see me. Tell me, have you ever had sex with jeans? Never. Seen a rose come from the cement. The man in the mirror whisper back, you wanna be. Truth, cause this shit ain't easy. TRUCY. This here's a vibe. Art galleries make her shake inside. Me a salad, get a shake and some fries. Love my women with shake from the side.
So Lyrical Inquisition is the artist opportunity to tell us about parts of their song. So what we've done is we went in and listened to your records, right? Mm-hmm. And we found some provoking, interesting,
yes,
head scratching,
yes,
lines, lyrics. And this is your opportunity to kind of confirm
or deny,
yeah, or plead to
the fifth. Yeah, because we got you. Okay, good. All right, cool. So we're gonna start with Keep Dreaming, since that's what y'all just heard. And so here's a line that I pulled out. It said, "No friends, no kin. Mm-hmm. All I see is the paper, the pen, and my dream." Beautiful. Okay. So I want to give you a follow-up question for that. So has it been difficult, to maintain like those relationships because of trying to chase your dreams, or because of, being focused on the money bag? Like, how do you feel like that's affected your life?
I feel like more than anything, the move to Atlanta is what affected me the most. You also kind of like see who supports you and who believes in you and who doesn't, and who, whatever, who cares. But I think that like moving here and then doing what I do, it's important for me just to make sure I keep my relationship strong with people. And it goes both ways, I think, more than anything. And so when I say no friends, no kin, that didn't necessarily mean I don't keep in touch with them. It just meant they're back home. Like, they're in Milwaukee, most of them, and then I'm here. So
that's real. That's real.
More like the distance thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm here and this is all I see. This is what I'm focused on. So
right.
Okay. Oh, dope. All right. So I got another one from Keep Dreaming. You've got "Talk a good game from what I see, but if you care, you'll support me." I think that kind of goes along with what we just said, right? Well, what you just said. But do you want to expand more on that particular line?
Yeah. So the second verse is more so talking to guys.
Uh-oh.
This Keep Dreaming is actually like a double entendre. Like, when I'm saying keep dreaming, it's like motivation for myself, but it was also like a play on like the guys that try to holler, like, keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming.
So talk a good game, meaning like when I told you, I wrote this a long time ago. When I moved here, there were a lot of people that would approach me. At the time, I was in a relationship. And so, you know how guys look, girl, you know how guys,
I know.
still want to be your friend kind of thing after you told them, like, hey, I'm in a relationship kind of thing. And they're still, I'm like, well, what you can do is you can follow my page, and I got a show coming up now. You can support me. So that's kind of where that line came from. Like, no, we can't be friends, but this is what I'm doing. And people keep asking about questions. So that was kind of what that meant.
And that's real, and that's a dope attitude to have, for sure. Like, yeah, absolutely, support me if it's that real. Okay.
So
go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
For the players.
Yeah.
I got us. I got us. Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and. I'm sorry, let me play some music, y'all.
But she made it fun, these other queens made it fun, and it was worth every minute.
So, okay, I am going to pause in the lyrical imposition because I skipped forward just a little bit. So I do want to back up just a tinge, and I do want to talk about your dance, because when you were, introducing yourself, that was kind of really the thing that you kind of put first. So talk to me about that. Where do you feel like your heart is? Is Ashley just a dancer and an artist? Is it all one? Or is it one, emphasis on one or the other?
Definitely all in one. I think that I always evolve. And I'm still like learning what people want from me and like what it is that I want to, you know, give to the world. But Ashley, like the 3 Ys is triple threat, singer, songwriter, dancer. So you got to have all 3. Like, I think people have known me like as a dancer the longest, like before I started making music. And so just naturally, I'm more comfortable dancing. Like, I think I have a lot more confidence as a dancer. And I've had more experience on the stage dancing with dance teams and stuff like that. But overall, like as the artist, it's all 3. Like you have to get all of me. So.
And separate it. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like you multiplied the amount of rooms you can go into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like by being a triple threat, so you can decide to be a songwriter. And I'm only mentioning it for not necessarily for us, but for like the audience who may not even understand like what it is that, you know, as far as the industry is concerned, right? It's, you have the ability to kind of morph into whatever it is you decide you want to be in that moment that benefits you the best. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you create more of an asset than a liability. So I think that's pretty commendable. For
sure. Do you feel like that's something that you'd like to do? Or I don't know if you've done it maybe in the past, choreograph for, you know, different artists or, you know, different, is that something that you do as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. The past couple of years, people have been reaching out a lot more, and now I think I'm just trying to get that all together. Like, oh, the requests are actually coming in a lot more. So I'm definitely open to choreographing for other artists. I've done some videos for other people, and even like one-on-ones in addition to like the dance class. So like I said, I'm like learning what people want, and just really like just walking in that. And you mentioned like being able to adapt. I think there was a point where I was like, oh, well, the singing got to be up here. If this is here and this is that, you know, like there's always like this pressure. I think I was always putting on myself because I've been like in love with singing for so long. But again, that was what was, you know, I was so scared to do. And so again, I have more experience as a dancer, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm like, no, you know what your strengths are. So if I go like on an audition somewhere, I think there was an Apollo audition a couple years ago in Atlanta, I danced. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what my strengths are, where I'm most comfortable. And like, if I'm in a room and everybody's rapping, well, I'm gonna sing, you know what I'm saying? Or if everybody's singing at the audition, oh, I'm a dance. So I think it's just, I'm learning like just to be comfortable in my own skin and know like, this is what it is. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That is dope. And I know our viewers are dying to see a little bit of that dance in action. And I do know back in March, you featured for 10, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. How did that happen? How you end up, talk to me.
Well, I'm part of writing sessions, and so that's why I met Ken. We've known each other for a couple of years now, and she reached out. She said she's having celebrating her birthday, and she wanted me to be one of the openers, and I was all for it. So
and you killed it. Okay, so we're gonna let our audience just see a quick clip of that, you know, just so they can see what you're talking about. Okay. All right, guys. So y'all check Ashley out. This is her at Music Room.
Becoming the woman that I want to be, and I'm becoming a lot more assertive than I used to be. And so like I guess the beauty of that is to be a songwriter and to be an artist, and I get to put it all in my music. And so this is why this song is special to me. Hey. What I say, listen to me, do what I say. Like, I can make it come down. Ooh, nah, you can give it to me. Ladies, make some noise if y'all feel me. Won't you listen to me, do what I say. He keeps saying do just what I say, but I need you to calm down. Ooh, stop. I need you home now.
Yes, Ashley, work it, girl. Loved it. And I actually got to see that live because I was singing background for 10 during that time. Like, yes, girl, you showed out. I loved it. You killed it. Yes.
Thank you. And shout out to the ladies. That was Michaela and Marquita. They've been rocking with me forever.
Yes, and they are very talented. All 3 of y'all. It was dope. It was a good look.
So do you I call you Jen Jackson, right? So like, do you wear the all black for like Janet, or like how did
that inspired by Janet.
like where,
the all black, the leather, yes.
That I think that wardrobe that day wasn't necessarily inspired by Janet. I think I just had this image in my head of what I wanted to wear and what I wanted to look like. And it came out right. But you know what's funny is that every time I go to a sound check, I'm in all black. I don't know why, but people always say I look like Rhythm Nation. So, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, and so it's just something about, I think I'd be trying to be incognito. Like, okay, get your game face on, girl.
And you are always, let me just say, y'all, because see, this is what people don't even realize. You are so incognito. Like, every single time you show up at a show, I be like, bro, is she just here to watch? Like, you have on your little hat, you be cool. And then next thing we know, like, sis, you transform. And we be like, okay. So I love that. And I think as an artist, you have to maintain like the ability like to be off and then to be on. And for people to see there's a difference. Like you can't just kick it with me when I'm in my outfit. Like, no, I'm on stage, I'm about to perform. So I love that attitude. That's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. We don't need to dance.
Okay, sorry. I was about to.
Okay. So we're gonna jump back into the lyrical inquisition. But before we do that, let's listen to your song. So can you just introduce the next song that we're gonna hear? I know we're listening to Why You Come For Me. So just kind of introduce it a little bit to our artists, then we'll dig into it.
This next song is entitled Why You Come For Me. I released this in, I want to say 2014.
Okay.
It's about a college experience with a guy, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's listen to it. Here we go.
Yeah. What you come for? Hey, bad boys who ride. Pretty faces when you look in their eyes. Captured by the power, ooh, they always gotta draw too much attention, so they never been my type. But I said, what the heck, I'll give it a try. Since he pressing on me, might as well spend the night. See, I knew him for a minute, but little did I know that he would be the biggest mistake of my life. I got what you want, baby. I got what you need. Please tell me if you was gonna front on me, why you even come for me?
Yes, you can never front on Ashley. I love it. Honestly, like if you hadn't told me that you wrote this in college, like I would have just thought that it was a song that you just wrote. I still feel like it's fresh. It has that fresh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The story was college, but I wrote it after college.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so the story was from something that I got you. Okay. I love it. It's very fresh sounding, like it's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna dig into these lyrics. I'm ready. Hope you ready. Okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. Did you want to ask a question?
Oh.
Or you?
Wow, you still jamming to the music.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Let's keep going. Okay. Why you come for me? All right. So I pulled out. Listen, I could literally see the scene playing, like as you were going through it all. The pretty faces when you look in their eyes, like I'm like these niggas deep. You know, like I was there. But the lyric that I really wanted to pull out and talk about, I got sick of people running their mouth. I heard you got a girl back home, but what's that all about? Lying on me, telling homies you took the B. Come on, baby, you could never get it from me. Ooh, woo, spicy girl. Talk to us. Tell us about the place you were at. You know when you wrote that. You know because that was them was fighting words.
It's funny because now like we talk about this song, it don't even seem that deep to me, but I guess the song like made it seem like I was really. I think that line, I was just like reflecting on like just how silly the whole like situation was, and it was like somebody I wasn't even necessarily like dating. We started hanging out, and it was one of those things where it lasted too long. I think we were both. It was like we were both bored or something. It was like summer school, and we just randomly started kicking it. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Whatever. We'll see. And long story short, I guess, like, I, like, ended things because I was hearing a lot of stuff. I felt like we didn't go anywhere. It was like, are you scared to tell people that we're getting to know each other? And then it's like, oh, girl, he got a girlfriend back home. I'm like, all right. It was just too much. And so And then one of my friends had actually, you know, said, hey, did you have sex with such and such? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, I heard. And I'm just, so that was where that lie came from, like the V card. Like, no.
Yeah.
So it was,
I feel you, and I think, like, I can definitely see it feeling like, you know, very silly because, you know, it was back then. But I definitely think, like, even now, like, that still is a very serious situation, right? Like, your body is your temple, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you definitely don't want someone, you know, going out spreading rumors, and especially you trust that person, and, you know, so I still feel that. I still, you know, regardless, I think that, you know, that's a serious situation for sure. I felt it.
And you know, because I feel like as a man, my body is a temple as well, right? So with that being said, fellas, you can't be out here lying on your little man like that. That's your little man. You feel me? Like, you gotta hold little brother them down like that.
So that's,
we can't lie. We can't lie on that man.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Cool. So still from why you come from me, girl? You got bars because at the end, like, you were snapping. Okay. So you said you see me packing up my stuff. Don't think I'm calling out your bluff. Keep acting tough. Your luck is up. I'm looking up. So yeah, I loved it. Every bit of it. So do you want to just kind of shed light on, like, talk to us about that part?
That was just the moment where I was like, okay, I'm done playing with old boy. Because like, there was a moment where I stopped talking to him, and then it was like, oh, he wanted to change, and he was saying stuff like, where did all this come from? And it was like, okay, no, I can't do this. Like, Ashley, you got other stuff you need to be focused on. So I guess that kind of was it. Like, I think from the beginning, I always knew this wasn't going to be a real relationship. And so that's, I knew that from the beginning. And so it was just everything that came with it. It was like, why did you even go through all of this? This was silly.
The things we do when we young.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Things we do when we
I mean, and I wouldn't even say when we're young. I would just say, like, when we get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even as a almost 30-something-year-old woman, like, I have found myself in situations where I wouldn't have thought, like, I would think that I should know better. But when you get, you know, in those situations, you get caught up. So we just got to always stay, you know, one step ahead, kind of, you know, making sure we have our focus aligned for sure. Because, you know, y'all like to try to knock us out our game sometimes.
I think history shows that the woman has always knocked.
I don't, that's not.
Okay, all right, that's not what we're talking about. Okay. All right, that's the story. All right.
Yes, but thank you, Ashley, for being vulnerable. I know that's uncomfortable, girl. Listen, but thank you for being vulnerable. Look, she like whatever. And, you know, talking to us about your lyrics. Because, I mean, we know, as, you know, writing sessions, we get in these vulnerable places when we're writing. And in order for that song to truly connect, like, it has to come from that true place. So, you know, being vulnerable enough to talk about it, like, that's so.
I think that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
And now it's like you just gotta own up to it, like whatever it is. I think I try to be mindful of the other person's story, but then I gotta remember, like, no, this is my story, this is my experience. I'm allowed to share that. And I think, like, instead of me talking about it to everybody, it's like, well, you'll hear it in my music in an artistic way. And so I think it's beautiful that way. So
yeah, absolutely. And because it's your story, you have the power to tell it in whatever way you want to.
Right.
So, don't feel no shame. Don't feel, you know, do your thing, girl.
My girl.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, listen, we are ready to hear you perform live. We've seen you dance, you know, we've seen a few clips, we've listened to your music, but we're ready to see you in the flesh, okay? So what song are you going to be performing for us today? Introduce it, and then, you know, we'll let our audience check you out.
I am going to sing my single, Keep Dreaming, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit for y'all.
Okay. We get a live special version. Okay. All right, y'all, check out Ashley. This is Keep Dreaming.
Dreaming about the money, babe. Got too many bills to pay. There ain't no room, babe. You ain't know. I'm dreaming about the money, babe. Living on the hills, yeah. There ain't no room, babe. You ain't know. It's all about me. No It's so clear, nothing is cloudy for me. My mind is set on one thing, and it's the MUSIC. See, I've got money on my mind, I ain't even made a dime, yet you want my time. Once upon a time it was a young girl, dreaming of what it would be like to be known by the whole world. Yeah, got too many bills to pay, there ain't no room, babe. Oh, you ain't know it's all about me and this money, babe. I ain't thinking about you, babe. No, you ain't know it's all about me. Talk a good game from what I see, but if you care, then you'll support me. Sitting here in front row seat for me. I don't need no one wasting my time. Every moment spent can't be rewound. All I see is lights. It's all mine, mine, mine. Once upon a time it was a young girl. She was dreaming of what it would be like to be known by the whole world, world, world. Yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't thinking about you, babe. Yeah, you ain't know it's all about me and this money, babe. I ain't thinking about you, baby. Yeah, oh, I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time for you. It's all about me. It's all about. It's all about me. Don't you be surprised. It's not like you're not my type. If you didn't know, it's all about me.
All right, yes, Ashley, beautiful, and I like that version. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. So thank you. I mean, like, everything has just been so dope. It's been refreshing. Like, I felt like I knew you, especially from the sleepover. You know, we didn't even talk about the sleepover.
Oh, yeah.
I already kind of knew you, but, like, I definitely felt like this experience, you know, allowed me to dig even deeper. So thank you, you know, for coming and being a part. I definitely want you to just tell our viewers, like, what are you doing right now? Like, how can they get involved? Tell them how they can follow you, all that good stuff.
Well, all of my social media is one word, AshleYYY. You can subscribe to my website, ashley.com, and that's AshleYYY. Yeah. Right now in the quarantine, I am doing a lot of live dance classes. I've done a couple on Instagram. I'm going to be trying out Facebook soon. So just make sure you, like I said, you subscribe to ashley.com, and you'll be notified. Follow me on all those platforms.
Yes, love it. Dope.
Yeah. So we just want to, before we head out, like, what have you been doing to stay quarantine clean?
To say what?
Quarantine clean.
What does that even mean?
All right, so quarantine
clean.
Yeah, like, basically you quarantine because you clean because you ain't out there with the Ronas of the world. Okay, so we just want to know, all right, what have you been doing during quarantine to stay like busy, focused, and what's next?
Really, I haven't been wanting to go anywhere. The only time I leave the house is if I have to go to Walmart or I gotta wash some clothes. and then when I go out, I make sure I wear the mask, y'all. And then I take the clothes off and I switch. So I got my quarantine, my outdoor clothes, and I switch when I get in the house. But but aside from that, I'm trying to make sure that I keep my mental right, keep like myself on like a routine and just be disciplined, and still like, I kind of had fell off for a moment, like listening to the right stuff in the mornings, because it's like, you not have to get up early in the morning. So listen to the right stuff, make sure I'm dancing and singing and just kind of like staying active and actually trying to take care of my body and eat healthy. I try to take out maybe once a week for the fun, but I take care of myself. And still, you guys can look forward to new music. I'm in like the process of like editing a lot of stuff. I have a lot of music ready, just needs to be edited, and I want to get some ears on it before like we put it all together. So. Yeah.
And I hope we're invited to this list.
Yes, for sure.
Next year. Okay, dope. Well, again, Ashley, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I see your skin over there glowing, girl, but you know we always got to leave our kids with a little something. So make sure, I'm going to get your address, and we'll get you over a jar of Lavender Lush just to try it out.
Hey, now.
And how are you enjoying your hoodie? Because you won, right? You won the very first competition.
It's so cute. It fits really nice. I like the drawstring, and you can do it like a crop.
Yes.
I made a little video. I'm gonna post it. Okay, love it. I like it. It's very comfortable. It's cute.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, you can oil up before you put it on. Make sure you shine it. So I'm gonna get this to you, girl. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. Y'all, make sure you follow Ashley. She's already given her information, so y'all go check her out. It is
Understood. Show for show.
For show. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Oh, man down. Man down.
Yeah, truth understood for sure. It's understood for sure. Yeah, throw that ass back, she looking good for sure. Club jam packed, put my foot in the door. Half the party, Waffle House, now she ready to go. It's understood for sure. It's understood for sure. Throw that ass back, she looking good for sure. Yeah, club jam packed, put my foot in the door. Half the party, Waffle House, now she ready.